Brooke, and I just got finished with my tidy up of the living room. As you saw, I had some blankets to put away, and I switched out my pillowcases and cookbooks I was looking at and stuff like that. So we just did a quick tidy up. Now I'm going to hit it hard with the vacuum. I'm going to do all the couches and the ottoman and then all the floor because there's little dog hairs everywhere. We have pooches now, so I get to vacuum my furniture more often. And then once we're done with that, we're gonna decorate just a little bit on my bookshelf. And I want to show you a little DIY that I made for my dough bowl, and then I'll show you how I decorated my dough bowl. And we'll get the pillows back on the couch, and the living room will be ready for Easter. So I have a few spots on my bookshelf I'd like to decorate. And this is pretty much the setup that always stays the same. Sometimes I've moved out that plant, but this sign, this little thing, that basket, the little ball usually stay there. And I'll kind of fluctuate out the decorations per season, or I just have some that'll just be fine for whenever. So the few little Easter things I wanted to put in here today is I just wanted to put that little stuffed bunny down there by that picture frame. And then I thought one of my white rabbits would look nice in this little house. And then usually I have a white picture frame here, but with the white bunny it kind of looked funny. So I took my little decoupage picture frame that I had on my Easter stuff and just thought that that would look nice there. It has the pastel-y colors and everything. So now what's left is this basket up here. And what I've been doing lately is just putting books on this side and then filling in decoration here. So I went and grabbed two books, a yellow and a green, just with those Easter colors. And usually I kind of tilt them a little bit. And then I really wanted to use my bunny trail sign and my wood bunny on this stand. So I'm gonna stick the wood bunny kind of over here off to the side, and then the bunny trail down here in the front. And then of course, I'm gonna add some little plaid carrots just to add a little color to it. And there's my simple little Easter display on my bookshelf. Okay, so we've decorated the bookshelf, changed the pillows. I still have to put the pillows on the couch, got everything pretty much vacuumed. I think my vacuum is going out, so I'm gonna need to look at that. It was not had as much suction when I went to like do the couch and stuff, so hopefully there's not anything seriously wrong with it, but it is almost 13 years old, so we have got pretty good longevity out of it, so there is that, but I do need a vacuum. So I'll put my pillows on here, but I just want to talk to you a minute about a little DIY I did. I went to Walmart and got some terracotta terracotta pots, and I wanted to distress them. I found this blog on Pinterest where she distressed them and then put moss inside of them, made it like little bird's nests, and then just took little eggs, little speckled eggs that you could get at like Hobby Lobby in the Easter stuff. I've seen them at Walmart. You can get them at Hobby Lobby over by like the Fairy Garden stuff, and she hot glued all her stuff together. I decided not to do that. So first off, I took my terracotta pots that I had to like smuggle out of a taped pallet thing in the back in the garden center at Walmart to get the size that I wanted. And then I took those, wiped them off, and then took some white acrylic matte paint and diluted it. So it was really thin, just so I could do a real thin coat. So I did a thin coat on the outside, and if it was too thick, I just took a paper towel and wiped it off so it looked more distressed and then just painted white. And I did that in the inside and the outside, and I made 3 pots. So then 2 of the pots I stuck together, and I just stuck paper or plastic sacks down in one and then shoved the other pot inside. And then for the pot with the nest in it, I just shoved paper or a plastic bag, you know, down into the bottom of the pot, and then took some Spanish moss from, the green stuff is from Walmart and the brown stuff is from the Dollar Tree, and just kind of glumped it all. I like tore out chunks with the scissors I had to use, and then just kind of mixed them all together, and then I shoved that into my pot, of course. And so once that was all done and dry, I took my pots and set up my dough bowl. So the first thing with my dough bowl, I decided what eggs I wanted to use. So I did end up using small eggs and not big eggs. And I just double-sided taped those into the moss. I'll show you that here in a second on my dough bowl. But I just kind of wanted to show you like the process I did with the painting and kind of putting the moss in and everything like that. So here's my dough bowl. I'm very happy with how it turned out. It's very lush and green with just pops of color in it. I went through and did it various times. I finally figured out what I needed to do and went with it. Some people might not like that I have it completely filled with stuff, but that's kind of my thing. I might do a more minimal one in the future. My Valentine one was pretty minimal, but I just wanted it lush and green for Easter. So here I'll show you my pots. So here's the pots with their distressing, and then the different moss. And then these are the eggs I went with, and they just have a little piece of double-sided tape on them, and I just stuck them in there. And then the plants that I use are the greenery. These are little eucalyptus picks from Hobby Lobby over in the wedding section. Same with those back there. This is a swag of eucalyptus over in the regular greenery section, and I have cut it into pieces, and I've used that for fall, for Christmas. I've used it pretty much since I bought it. And so what I did here was, what I first laid down was the pots, and then the bunny's sitting on some wood, and that's just a green bunny from Hobby Lobby. And then this pot is kind of propped up. So I did the pots and the bunny first, and then I laid down this eucalyptus. I have some around here and then some around this pot. And so I got that all situated. I had another garland from Hobby Lobby, kind of this like, I don't know, weedy, messy garland, and I chopped it all up because it was so big. I couldn't fit it in here in like this precise spots that I wanted, and I figured I can get another one to use as garland, or I can piece this together if I want to use it as a garland. But this works so well for this, and I think for future dough bowls and other types of decor, having it chunked up isn't going to be any big deal for me. I might have to get a longer one for the mantle, but they're pretty reasonably priced when they're 50% off. So then I took chunks of that and shoved it in here underneath that greenery and tried to pop it up all around here and fill in the spots and like lift it up. You can see over here and lift it out. So it's kind of under the boxwood, but I placed that down first just to get kind of the like flow of my dough bowl. This is only my second dough bowl. I'm not an expert, but I just wanted to share with you what I did. And then the next thing I did is I took my little greenery sprigs, and this is the same eucalyptus that's in the big bush in my pot, in my basket on my bookshelf. That's just a big bush that I bought that fits in there. So I knew I kind of had a hole here just where that didn't fill, and it wasn't looking good to fill that in. So I put these in here. And then, of course, you got to balance it out. So I got one over there kind of in the back, and then one over here in the back, and then one up front because this pot is more in this corner. So I thought that looked good there. And then these are the Target Dollar Spot tulips right now. And I just wanted that like pop of flower, pop of orange. So at first I just had the 2 orange and then the 1 orange over here. And then I had went to Target and found a couple purple ones. And I just couldn't resist because this part just needed a little pop of color. So then I just popped in those 2 purple ones. And I think it works out really well because I do have purple eggs and everything. And so I am working in odd numbers here. So there's like 3 orange and 2 purple. So that makes 5 flowers total, but then I have it in 3 spots, kind of in a triangle. So that's kind of how I did that. And then I was just feeling like it was so green and I wanted to add either carrots or eggs to it and I just couldn't figure it out. So I was just sitting there with all my little extra eggs and I just started like sprinkling them on there like it was a cake and was the perfect thing for me to do. So there are like bigger and smaller ones and I just sprinkled them around what I had left to kind of fill in the you know, kind of bare spots. I like it full and to give it just that little more pop of color. I'm very excited with how my pots turned out. I really like how that technique was, and if it was too thick of a spot I would just take like a damp paper towel and rub it a little until I got it the right age look that I wanted. And so there is my dough bowl. I'm very excited how it turned out. I have lots of ideas where I could use these pots for other things in this dough bowl. It's just like the perfect, I don't know, I seen this, they did these in a tablescape and I saw that and I was like, okay, I need to do that for my dough bowl. I need to find it, and I was just so happy with how it turned out. I just sat one night and played with it and made a big old mess with the greenery. Hopefully next time I can kind of go through that process with you. But I figured for my first one, like this, where like last for Valentine's it was real simple, I would just kind of do it, and then once I get better at it, maybe I can kind of show you as I go through it, you know, kind of sped up or whatever. So there is my dough bowl. That is everything I have for you. I stuck all my pillows on the love seat because I just wanted to see what it would look like. They'll get scattered all around here in like probably a half hour or whatever. That's fine by me. I just like to have them, and when the living room is picked up at the end of the night, which we do most nights because we have teenagers and it's not like toys everywhere, just dog toys now, we can chop them up there. But like the colors I use for that, and I'm happy with how the living room looked. Simple, but it's just, I love having like the big pieces, the dough bowl and like my basket, just to like do that rather than trying to put decorations on everything. So, and I stuck with my pillow that I already had for upstairs here, the egg one. I just was not feeling it with like the rest of the stuff I had up here, so I just decided to use my little one with just the bunny on it and then a little pop of pink behind it. So that is all I have for you today. Look forward to another Easter video. I think I'll at least do one more because I have my mantle downstairs that I want to show you, and I could do some cleaning down there and vacuuming, and then I also need to clean the kitchen, and I can show you my shelf in the kitchen and my coffee bar, how I decorated that. I'm thinking about doing an Easter home tour, so if you would like to see that, let me know down in the comments because those are always fun to film. Let me know if you want me to like go through where everything is, or if you just want me to show you the decor set to music. I've done both. Either, you know, I can link that playlist of my home tours down below if you want to kind of see the different styles I have done. And I hope you enjoyed. I hope you got some inspiration and motivation. Hit that like button, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.